Okay, quick one today. Greetings from Oslo, Norway. I'm not sure if you can see the back, but quite a beautiful place, a bit cold. Today I want to just jump in 3 ways to make killer ads that crank and explode your business. Now, here at Adstra, we've been doing, many different things in terms of advertising, but we test hundreds, if not thousands of ads each and every week, each and every month. We're generating 3 to 5 thousand leads each and every month for our partners and for ourselves, and we're booking in 500 to 1,000 qualified booked calls monthly for us, ourselves, and our partners. And so, really quick, it might rain here, so I want to make sure that I can get this going here. 3 ways to make killer ads that crank and explode your business. Okay, so number one is to test 10x more than you think. Now, this is typically the number one piece of advice that I give folks that come to me and say, "Hey, my ads aren't working. What do I do?" And I always ask, "Hey, how many are you testing each and every week?" And they're like, "Oh, we film sometimes." Right? And then I go to the ad platform and I see they've only had like 20 tests in like 2 months. And it's just like you got to do 100, 200, 500 tests because the one creative that cranks is going to crank, right? And so you are literally just trying to find that one that cranks, okay? And a little tactical piece here. When you do find the one that cranks or is better than most that you've done, take that big idea, that sort of the way in which the format, the idea of the ad, the one message, etc. Always try to focus on one message. For example, for this consulting company that we work with, we have this one ad that's doing really well, and it's like old way, new way, and the headline is like how to hire for real growth, right? They help folks hire fractional consultants. That ad is doing really well. And so we know the format of old way, new way, that sort of thing is pretty good. So what we can do is we can change the background, we can change the colors of the boxes, we can change the headline on that, we can change the headline in the copy, we can change the copy itself. And so you really want to iterate the highest performing ads. When you start, you make 10 to 20, just a bunch of different big ideas. You find the 10% that hits, and then you iterate on that idea over and over and over to try to find the one that really cranks. And then when you find the one that really cranks, I'll get to this number 3, but you squeeze that lemon, okay? And so you need to test 10x more than you think you need to, okay? That's video, that's static, what have you. And when you do test, like I said, test 80%, 70 to 80% is on what you already know works, okay? And then the other remaining is like new ideas that potentially could work, but you want to put all the ad spend into what you already have an idea of what works, right? So that's number one. Number two is based on the platform that you are marketing on, that you are advertising on, you want to make sure that it looks like it's a part of the platform. Perfect example. If you are advertising on Reddit, which I wouldn't really recommend starting out. It's good for brand awareness, but not really good for lead generation. Early on, I prefer Meta and Google for sure. But make it look like the platform. So with Reddit, you might do a meme, you might do a funny conversation, text, screenshot. You might do a screenshot of a Reddit thread that you kind of made, right? And for Meta, depending on your target audience, what do they see? What do they look at often? Most of the time on Facebook, you're going to see people, right? You're going to see somebody got married, somebody's dog, right? And so honestly, sometimes the creatives where it's just a person and their wife or their partner, and it's them and their dog, and it's got some copy there. It's pretty damn good, actually. For example, somebody who does this really well is Frank Kern, millionaire marketer, very, very good guy. Recommend his courses. I'm not affiliated with him, but he just makes ads of him and his wife, and him and his children, and him and his dog, or whatever. And on Meta, that works pretty well, right? And so understand what platform you are advertising on, what is your market seeing every day. Make your advertisement look like something that they see every day. So for YouTube, what does that look like? For LinkedIn, certainly, what does that look like on LinkedIn, right? It's going to be much more professional. I wouldn't recommend advertising on LinkedIn to start either. But if you do, right, make it look professional. And Twitter, you can be a little bit more eclectic, of course. but you need to make sure that it looks like the platform. Another way of looking at this too is that you have images, so for static only. You have images without copy and images with copy. For the most part, images that have some sort of text on the image itself, people already know it's an ad. So they're just going to fly right by. But if it's a photo of you and your partner, photo of you on the beach, photo of you, whatever, then actually you're going to get a couple more seconds of their attention. So keep that in mind. I think you should test copy on your ads. It's just, for the most part, it looks like a billboard, and people tend to just kind of overlook it because it's like, oh, advertising, right? Keep that in mind, that we are trained psychologically to just ignore advertising. So it's up to the marketer, it's up to the business owner to make it so that it looks like something that's on the platform itself. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is, when you do find something that cranks, when you do find something that crushes, and by the way, you'll know, okay, it's going to be a seismic shift. You're going to have one ad set, you're going to have one target, you're going to have one thing that just absolutely cranks, like through the roof, right? Like, I mean, like you're having a $35, $40 CPL, and all of a sudden you have like $3 CPLs, okay? And what we do is we will take that particular ad and we'll remix it over and over, different image, different background, different color, different targeting, different copy, same creative, right? You might have the same big idea. For example, the ad that we're doing that's working really well, getting about a $6 cost per lead, $40 cost per qualified book call. Very, very good. It's cold email is dead is the big idea. And so now all, 70 to 75% of the ads that I'm making now are remixed of cold email is dead. Different creative, different copy, whatever. And so keep that in mind, that it's very hard to find an ad that works. And so when you do, you want to maximize the lifespan out of that big idea, out of that ad, as much as you possibly can. You can't just run it forever. Like, it's not going to last forever, right? So keep that in mind, that when you do have something that works, you want to squeeze it and remix it and run it for as long as you can. And when the frequency gets over 3, I don't want to say shut it down, but you want to maybe expand the lookalike audience from a 1% to a 5, from a 5% to an 8 to a 10, whatever, so you can kind of reach a colder audience and see how it does. But the ad that's working at $100 a day is not going to work at $500 a day. Okay? Ads is working at $500 a day is not going to work at $1,000 a day. And so keep that in mind, that when you do have an ad that works, first of all, you have to test a bunch. You got to make it look like a platform, so that's 1 and 2. Number 3 is squeeze the hell out of that lemon, because it's not going to last forever. Okay? And for example, one of our clients, booking in so many calls for them monthly, and we're getting so many leads. And the distribution of client acquisition between all the ads that we have, one is the one that's cranking. And so of course we remix that same one, right? It was an AI split image. And so all we're doing now is AI split images, right? And we're trying to find, maybe if we make the character a female, if we make the character a different sort of archetype, if we change the color, if we make a cartoon, if we make it, I don't know if you guys use Midjourney, but Midjourney is very good at making ads. I actually have a GPT bot that if you'd like to book a call with our team, we can kind of showcase you how we make these creatives really rapidly, because it's understanding that you have to make a ton of ads, but how do you do it efficiently? Especially with our team that we have clients, we have to be able to make a ton of ads all the time. And so we have methods and ways and processes to make a ton of ads. So if you are interested, click the button below somewhere in the description. There's a free training. You can check out kind of the process and then see if it is something that you would be interested in hearing about. And if it is, you can grab a free strategy session with us. We will identify your current bottlenecks, and we'll go over kind of what you got going on, and then showcase to you kind of how we're able to make a difference and help our clients reduce their customer acquisition cost, increase their sales cycle, increase their closing rate, and also increase their lead flow and qualified booked meeting flow as well. And so those are the 3 ways. Number 1 is test 10x more than you think. Number 2 is make it look like the platform. Okay, very important. Make it look like the platform. Sometimes it's a traditional static image of just what you would see, right? Maybe a news, maybe something that looks like the news, maybe something that looks like an article, or maybe it's just you and your wife, or you and your partner, or whatever. make it look like the platform, okay? And then number 3 is, once you find it, squeeze the living hell out of it, and change it up, iterate it as much as you can, keep that same big idea, and really run with it. Last note on this, you will get tired of the campaign before your market does, okay? You will get tired of it before your market does. So keep that in mind. When you see the same ad and you've been running it for a while and it's still cranking, dude, just let it crank, right? Just let go. You are going to get tired of it before your market does. You will get tired of your offer before your market does. There are so many damn people in this world, and so just let it roll, okay? But that's all for today. Checking out from Oslo, Norway. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're interested, click the button below. Check it out. Quick video for you. And if you're interested, you can book a call thereafter. Thanks for watching.